We're back in the garage and today's job is fitting a front runner draw system into Tango, our Defender 110. So it's a pretty straightforward job fitting the draw system and it's pretty basic tools. The only tool that you may not have in your garage is a clinch nut tool, so you might have to go and borrow one of those from somewhere or go buy one. The rest of it's pretty simple stuff. We've got a 13mm spanner and also a 13mm socket, a drill with a 4mm drill bit and a 9mm drill bit. And that's pretty much it, apart from, and also I just use a screwdriver just to pry back the carpet to get one of the fixings, and a 4mm Allen key and a white marker pen, just so it's a different contrast against the soundproof. So once the back of your Land Rover is all clear of obstacles, the next thing then is to take out the 10 bolts that you've got here with a 4mm Allen key. You'll just take all those out, and then the ply board top will be removed out of the way. So next job, after you've removed the top, we'll be putting the draw system in the back of the Land Rover. At this part, if you do have a buddy to help you, you might want to just get him to help lift it in. If not, make sure you've had some Weetabix. And it will be slightly offset to the left to allow for the opening next to the door. Once you've got your draw system roughly in place but slightly offset to the left, you'll go and get your ply board top and you'll put it down and just eye it all in, but you will only put 2 screws in on either corner just to keep it square. So once you've got your board in there, we're going to do those offset screws, and just to make it a bit easier to get the first one in, you can see where you've put it through there, and you can actually see where it's going to line up. So I'll nip both of these up. That's good enough. So now we've got the top on, we've got 1 screw, 2 screws that are either side of each other. That's now going to allow us to get it into the place where we want it, because this top will come back off. Then we're going to mark the holes with the white pen, and then the drawer will come out. So next thing, get all this in square, make sure you're happy with it, make sure that it's not banging the sides, but also make sure that it's not banging the door. You've got it in the right spot, and then you know where you are. When you do lift it off, you need to make sure that the draw system doesn't move with it, because that needs to stay in the place where it's going to stay. So I've got it all into place. I'm happy visually, like where I think it's going to be. So now I'll try the draw, make sure that it's not catching on this left-hand side, and then I'll pull it all the way out, and I'll make sure that it's not catching on the door. One thing that we realised, hence why this table's just appeared on your screen, we were going to go with a fold-down table. So if you have anything on the back of your door, whether that's like molly pouches or whatever it might be, you're going to have to adjust your draw system in or out to that vehicle. So have everything that you're going to have on the back door, then shut your door and push this forward towards the door, and then you know exactly where to be, and then just bring it back a little bit. So now I'm happy. The next thing now is take the top back off, and then we'll go from there. Now that we've got this out, we're going to carefully allow the drawer to come forward, staying on the sliders, but we want the frame to stay in place, because at the back we're going to mark our 2 holes with the white pen. So what you'll do is you'll slide the drawer forward a little, just allowing enough space to get in there, and mark the holes with a white pen. So now that you've marked the 2 rear holes, you'll come around the back of the vehicle. Just peel the carpet back with a screwdriver and you'll see the 2 front holes. Mark those with the pen. Now that it's marked up, it says to take the drawer out. If there's 2 here, it might be easy to take the drawer out, but you may want to consider just pushing it to the side and then doing these 2 and then doing those 2. Now that all the holes are marked up, you need to go around now with a 4mm drill bit just to pilot the hole. All 4 holes are piloted now. You're going to take your carpet out or your soundproofing, whatever you have. Obviously, if you don't have any, you won't be doing this part, but this part now comes out. Now that that's out, you're going to go around and drill your 4mm holes into a 9mm hole. So the carpet's out or your underlay or whatever you're using is out. If you will now be able to see where the 4mm pilot hole was. If you do have a punch, use a 20mm punch. I don't have a punch, so I'm going to use a 20mm hole cutter. So now you're going to get your nutcert gun and your nutcerts and splay them out into each corner. Now you've put the nutcerts in, it's just a case of taking up the same thickness of your carpet with washers. For mine, 3 seems to work flush. We've lifted the drawer back in, lined it back up over the holes and the washers, being careful not to knock those spacers. We've put the screws, the bolts through. Now it's just before you put the top on, we're just going to test to make sure it's not moved at all. It's not hitting anywhere, so we're all good. So the final piece of the puzzle, everything's in now. It's just the plyboard top. That's 5 on each side, M6 bolts. So we'll secure those down now. So that's the top secured down now. It's all complete. This is something that pretty much anybody could do at home or in your driveway. All you need is the basic hand tools and probably set a couple of hours aside, and there you go. You've got your own front runner drawer system. Now it's just to fill it with all those outdoor goodies.